Hey, and we're back with more tips on using ZC1 and ZenBeats. This video is going to cover importing sounds from other Zencore powered hardware and software, as well as the deeper MIDI editing functions of ZenBeats. Let's go. One of my favorite features about ZC1 is its compatibility with other Zencore hardware and software. I've got Zenology Pro running in ZenBeats on my Mac here, and I have a sound that I don't have available in ZC1. If you find a sound you've liked, or maybe you've edited one in the Pro interface, if you go to Write, you can add it to your own custom bank. These banks can be exported directly for other hardware or ZC1. Let's go ahead and just select that here. I'm going to go ahead and save it to my Dropbox since it's already linked on my iPad. Now that we've got this exported, let's go ahead and load it in ZC1. To do so, tap the main plugin menu here, then tap Advanced Features and Import SVZ. On my iPad, that's going to open up my Files app, and I already have it linked to my Dropbox, so I can just grab the sound just like that. And there you have it. I have the exact same sound in Zenology Pro right now in ZC1. Now that the sound is loaded, you can easily save it as a preset on your device, taking the best of Zenology Pro or Roland hardware wherever you go. Tap here, Save Preset, and done. The next thing we want to show off is how to map your MIDI hardware to ZC1. It's super simple, and this will actually work with all instrument plugins. Just tap the MIDI Learn icon here, then tap MIDI Learn. Touch the knob you want on the screen first and grab your hardware, and it should latch. Now, all MIDI hardware is different. Sometimes you may have to adjust additional parameters. Tap MIDI Learn again, go to MIDI CC Mappings. Here you can see the controller information of what I latched to the plugin parameter. You can delete the parameter if you want to remove it, or you can tap the menu button and access the advanced properties. We support all types of hardware, from pots, toggle buttons, momentary buttons, encoders, and we support features such as soft takeover, which may not be compatible with all hardware. Let's turn that off. And there we go. Easy as that. Alright, now that we have the sound set up, let's go to the MIDI editor and do more. To access the MIDI editor, let's close out of here and just double tap on the MIDI pattern. The MIDI editor gives you an overview of all the notes in the MIDI pattern and gives you powerful tools to both create and edit them. Up top, you've got the MIDI pattern menu. Tap the icon here to view the main properties of the pattern, such as the pattern size, the time signature. This is also where you go if you want to save a MIDI pattern to your library or export it to an external MIDI file. If you tap the name of the pattern, you're going to bring up our Pattern Presets menu, where you get tons of pattern content to choose from. So if you're not a player, you can still make music really easily. Now, for creating and editing, you can find all your tools in grid settings, such as Quantize, all over here to the right. Let's check out our two most used tools. That is the Select tool. With the Select tool, you can select notes and edit them manually, just such as dragging them up or down. If I do a pull down zoom here, I can also drag notes in or out and make them longer or shorter. Now notice also, whenever I select a MIDI note, I get these helpful shortcuts such as copy, duplicate, mute, access to deleting, and even quick shortcuts to the other tools. The next most commonly used tool is the Paint tool. This enables you to use the MIDI editor kind of like our drum step sequencer, where you can simply tap in the empty area to create a note and tap again to delete it. You can also tap and drag to draw notes of different lengths. Alright, now let's move on to some more advanced features, bulk editing tools. The first thing you need to do is show the MIDI inspector. It's right above the on-screen instrument button here. The MIDI inspector provides quick ways to edit all selected notes. So if I tap the Select All button, you'll see that all notes are selected. And we have these dials up here, so I can manually adjust their start time, their overall length. I can move them in between grid lines, even adjust all their velocities uniformly globally. You also have some shortcuts for transposing notes up or down by semitone or by octave, and moving them left to right by grid line. The next thing you need to know is how to easily see and edit the velocity of the notes. Tap the graphs icon here to show the velocity editor. It'll pop up right below. From there, you can just touch and drag up or down on any of the notes to adjust their velocity. Quick tip, if you want to set all the notes to the same velocity level, just tap the clear button here to reset all notes to the same default velocity level. In addition to editing velocity graphs, you can also add and edit ZC1 automation right inside the MIDI editor. Start by tapping the automation button here. Tap Edit Automation and let's tap ZC1 Cutoff. As you can see, I have the curve editor down here below. From here you can use the editing tools to fine-tune the automation as you see fit. From editing specific points to drawing lines and curves to freehand painting, ZenBeats has you covered to add movement to your MIDI patterns. As you can see, whether you've recorded a pattern from the on-screen instruments or loaded one from our vast preset library, it's super easy to create and edit not only the notes, but even the automation parameters in ZenBeats. That's going to be a wrap for this video. Let us know if you have any questions and be sure to like and subscribe to get alerted when we drop our next one. Thanks for watching.